Day number 4 on the Palmetto Trail. I get to do the Raven Cliff Falls Trail. This Palmetto Trail is kind of funny. It's not absolutely a through hike because this one's an out and back trail. There's no connecting. So I'm thinking it's kind of like a spur trail. I don't know. But anyways, I'm just following the passages. And to begin with, it's all downhill. It costs $3 to hike this trail, and it starts at Caesar's Head State Park. If you were ever wondering, Table Rock State Park is a really nice campground to stay at. It's dark, and there's lots of birds, and it's very peaceful. Continuing on with the hike through the Bible, starting the book of Judges. We're in the 3rd chapter now. And as we progress through this book, you will see a recurring theme, sadly. Anyways, once again, the Israelites did evil in the sight of the Lord. They forgot the Lord their God and served the Baals and the Asherahs. Therefore, the anger of the Lord was hot against Israel, and he sold them into the hand of the king of Mesopotamia, and his name was Cushan Rishathaim, and in Hebrew his name means Cushan of double wickedness. Can you imagine why the Israelites would turn from serving their loving God, who had given their freedom and land, to serve other deities? I sure don't get it. Anyway, they had to serve this king for 8 years, and then they finally clued in that they should cry to God for help. So God raised up a deliverer, and his name was Othniel. We heard about this guy a couple hikes back. He was Caleb's younger brother who married Caleb's daughter. That's how things were done back then. The Spirit of the Lord came upon him, and he judged Israel. And then he defeated that double wicked king. This was the first of a number of instances during the period of the Judges where God's Spirit motivated and empowered individuals to do daring things. I said that when the Spirit of the Lord came upon Othniel, he first judged Israel, and then he went out to war. This indicates that he put things right among the people before he attempted to fight the enemy. This is as it should be. Sin, the worst of all enemies, needs first to be conquered. Only with this foe subdued can we expect victory over the enemies abroad. Anyway, the land had rest for 40 years, and then Othniel died. And then the same old story. The Israelites forgot about their God and started serving the Canaanite gods. This time God used Eglon, the king of Moab, to oppress the Israelites, and this lasted for 18 years before they finally woke up and called upon God for help. The next deliverer was Ehud, a Benjamite, and he was left-handed, which is a very important detail. The Hebrew expression translated left-handed literally refers to a handicap, having an impediment with regards to his right hand. This was not expected for someone of the tribe of Benjamin, for the name Benjamin literally means son of the right hand. But because Ehud was left-handed, he enjoyed a huge advantage when getting past Eglin's guards with a weapon. He fastened his dagger on his right thigh rather than his left thigh, as a right-handed man would have done. So the guards did not notice it, even if they patted his left thigh. Ehud was able to get close to Eglin because he was bearing a required gift on behalf of his subject people. And apparently he was with an entourage because he sent them away. He told Eglin, "I have a secret message for you, O king." And the king said, "Keep silence." And everyone around them left. Eglin took Ehud upstairs into his private chamber. And Ehud said, "I have a message to you from God." So he arose and took his dagger and thrust it into Eglin's belly. It was so fat and obese that it swallowed up the whole dagger. And his servants, it took them a long time to even figure out that he had been assassinated. Ehud left and shut the doors and somehow locked them where Eglin was. When he came out, Eglin's servants came to look, but behold, the door was locked where the king was. So they said, "He is probably attending to his needs in the cool chamber." So they waited until they were embarrassed, and still he did not open the doors of the upper room. Therefore they took the key and opened the doors, and there lay their master dead on the floor. All this time elapsed so that Ehud could get away, and then he blew the trumpet and said, "Follow me." So all the Israelites followed him, and they seized the fords of the Jordan leading to Moab, and they killed 10,000 men of valor. And then the land had rest for 80 years. I just rounded the corner and now I can really hear the falls. You gotta be really sure you want to see the falls because there's a lot of uphill getting out of there. You know, I hate to say it, but that's way more than 2.2 miles to get there. And those falls weren't really that spectacular. You couldn't get a good view of them, but the bridge was nice to have for sure. Anyways, that was quite a slug in the heat of the day. Cool in here. You know what I'm finding really grateful so far in South Carolina? There are no bugs, no mosquitoes, nothing annoying. This is incredible. Just the humidity you gotta battle, but that's okay. As long as there's no bugs, I am happy. We do not conquer by sitting still, even if the Spirit of the Lord has come upon us. Action is required by those who have the presence of God's Spirit with them. The Spirit of the Lord is the originator of everything good and of all great achievements. However, he does work through human agencies. So, the big question is, are you willing to be used by God? He can do great things through you. What kind of creatures live under there, do you suspect? Yay, coming to the finish line. My phone says I walked 7 miles, and that's more like it. Way more than 4 miles. That was brutal. And now I am ready to eat some lunch. Well, I had a really nice lunch break and now it's on for the second half of this Middle Saluda section. I think I forgot to say that. Another 5 miles to go. Immediately going down into a wash or a valley. Whoa, this is a huge rock wall. This Middle Saluda Passage is rated as extreme, and I can see why now. Quite dangerous and steep. Wow, even more massive rock. That is a big fat snake. I almost walked by him and he rattled. Why isn't he racing away? There's a whole lot of them. Well, this is fun. I gotta get over there. Pretty big boulders to hop on. Well, this is getting to be real fun. I got another one to do. Oh boy. If it wasn't getting so late in the day, I would think this all is so fun. Some more. Like really, so fun. How do rocks get placed perfectly? Yep, I'm walking in a thunderstorm. So let me fill you in on the rest of my hike. My phone says I did 14.4 miles today. And you know that part where I said, oh, this is the severe rating? Well, I was off trail there. I was lost. I took the pink blaze and I made a really dumb mistake. And so I wasted 2 miles of my day. It was brutal. And then of course I'm rushing because it's getting late and it starts to thunder and rain and lightning. Anyways, my mom was waiting for me and all's well that ends well. It was a really special trail the second half. If I had only stayed on the trail, but I was rushing to get done it and I couldn't film too much. But those creek and boulder crossings were really fun. I do recommend that trail. So this Middle Saluda Passage, do it. It is fun.